Hello everyone and welcome. Today we are going to take a look at required controls in spreadsheet web applications. Required controls will prompt users to enter an acceptable value into that field and prevent them from certain actions unless they do so. You can use this feature to enforce capturing crucial data and build a dependency between user interface controls. Let's see how this works on an example. Here I have a homeowner's insurance rater application that can calculate an insurance premium upon entering the property details. This application consists of multiple pages, and the users can progress by entering their details in each category. Splitting the controls into a number of pages results in a more concise presentation and allows users to focus on fewer things at a time. Let's say we don't want our users to be able to proceed with the rest of the tool without entering their name. For this, we can make the client name control a required field. Selecting this input in the User Interface Designer will allow us to set the required property. The required property can be set to always or by value of. The always option, as the name suggests, will make this field always a required field, whereas the by value of option will allow you to select a Boolean name range from your workbook, which will determine whether this field is to be made required. This means that you can tie this logic to another if statement or similar formula that gives a true or false outcome. When a control is made required through either options, you then need to determine when the validation will be checked. You can select any number of events from the validation trigger property for the system to check for validation errors. After change means that the check will be made whenever the value in this control changes. Before calculate will trigger the validation every time calculations run throughout the application. Before navigate will check the validation before the user attempts to transition to a different page. Before save option will check only right before the user presses a save button, and this option can cancel a save action if the conditions are not met. You can use any combination of validation triggers for each control in the user interface. For this example, we need to use before navigate since we don't want our users to go to the next page before they enter their name. Remember to press the submit button when you're done. Now let's do a preview and see how this works. As you can see, I cannot go to the next page before entering a name. Entering a value into this field clears the validation error. The last thing you need to note here is that allow exit on validation errors in the page designer can override the validation trigger we've just created. Disable this option if you want the validations to apply to this page.